A very good evening to you and a warm welcome to the news live on Channel I. I'm Sharifa Tahir.
I'm Manoj Shettiarachi. A look at the headlines.
UN High Commissioner for Human Rights says that releasing prisoners under a common amnesty is not accepted as a correct procedure. All investigations into the CSN media network being carried out so as to retain the supremacy of the law. A statement from Minister Sagala. A number of events of merit on behalf of the 3 months commemoration of the passing away of Venerable Sobhita Thera. A decision to convert extra stocks of paddy into rice and distribute among Samurdhi beneficiaries. Sri Lanka moves into the semi-finals of the Under-19 World Cup cricket tournament. Several countries condemned the firing of a long-range rocket by North Korea.
We now move on to those and other stories in detail. United Nations High Commission of Human Rights Prince Zeid Ra'ad Al Hussein says that release of prisoners under common amnesty is not accepted as a correct procedure. He made this comment while engaging in a tour of the northern and eastern provinces today. When Prince Al Hussein arrived at the office of the Chief Minister of the North, a group of relatives of missing persons were engaged in a protest. The High Commissioner said that he will provide an opportunity to discuss this problem. Subsequently, Prince Al Hussein entered the office of C.V. Vigneshwaran and held discussions. Later, the Chief Minister, expressing his views to the media, said that the High Commissioner on Human Rights expressed his opinion on LTTE suspects as well. Chief Minister of the Northern Province, C.V. Vigneshwaran, said that Prince Al Hussein mentioned that international countries and international organizations do not consider release of prisoners under common amnesty as a proper procedure and that prisoners should be released subsequent to legal action. Accordingly, the Chief Minister said that a request was made from the High Commissioner to tell the government to file legal action against prisoners and to release them. Vigneshwaran also said that he believes that the High Commissioner of Human Rights will take required action on this matter. Subsequently, Prince Al Hussein engaged in a discussion with the Governor of the Northern Province, HMA Palihakara, as well. District Secretary in Vedanayaham also joined in this meeting, which was held at the office of the Governor.
Province faces, but also the plans and the achievements in connection with this region and the people who aspire to see more information in terms of those detained and those missing, as well as the issue of the release of lands. These discussions will continue, of course, in the course of today, tomorrow, and in Colombo with the highest officials of the state. I am very satisfied with the discussions I held today.
The High Commissioner for Human Rights also worshipped at the Nallur Kovil. At this juncture, the Muslim Federation of Kilnochi Jaffna engaged in a peaceful demonstration requesting that resettlement of Muslim people in the north be expedited. They also handed over a letter to Prince Al Hussein. Later, the High Commissioner of Human Rights engaged in a tour of the Chunnaham Sabapati Pillai refugee camp as well. The High Commissioner of Human Rights subsequently engaged in a tour of the Eastern Province and met the Chief Minister of the province, Hafiz Nazir Ahmed. The Chief Minister said that incidents that took place prior to and after the war and to what extent devolution of power has taken place and jobs for youth were discussed. Later, Prince Al Hussein met the Governor of the Eastern Province, Austin Fernando, at his official residence. Prince Al Hussein also met a group from civil organizations as well.
The Minister of Law and Order, Sagala Ratnayaka, says that all investigations regarding the CSN media network is being carried out in a way that confirms the supremacy of the law. The Minister, issuing a statement, points out that no one is trying to influence the investigations in any way. Investigations commenced according to a complaint made to the Inspector General of Police by the Citizens for a Just Society organization based on accusations such as money laundering and misuse of state property. Investigations are being carried out by the Financial Crimes Investigation Division, that is, by making use of powers of investigation assigned to any police official According to the general law against crime, money laundering is considered a serious crime. Initial investigations were launched into how a sum of 227 billion rupees from the commencement of capital of the CSN organization of 234 million rupees was obtained. It was revealed that it had been obtained through fraudulent transactions and illegally earned through a foreign country. It was also revealed that information submitted regarding the manner and transactions through which the organization had received monies had been incorrect. The statement says that it has been clearly revealed that Navy Lieutenant Yoshita Rajapaksa was the chairman of the organization when inspecting emails relevant to transactions of the company. Nishant Ranatunga had been serving the company as the chief executive officer. Several instances of preparations of false documents, criminal breach of trust, and offences under the Customs Act have also been revealed. Another issue that is being revealed is that state property has been misused. Further investigations are thus being carried out based on these facts. Since it was not possible to carry out certain investigations properly without remanding the suspects, Sagla Ratnayaka says that the FCID had to obtain an order through the court. The statement also said that these files are due to be handed over to the Attorney General so that legal action can be filed at the High Court subsequent to investigations.
Sports critics say that spectator attention had waned during the immediate past, and the main reason was removing the right of national television from telecasting the matches and assigning the task to a private channel. As a result, an immense loss had occurred regarding the sport as well as to the national channel as a government institution. The telecasting rights for many functions organized by the Sports Ministry or the Board of Control for Cricket had been assigned to the national television. As a result, Channel I was set aside for telecasting sports events. The additional income that national television earned too was lost as a result. With the launch of the CSN channel, people say that the loss to national television is considerable. With the commencement of the CSN channel on the requirements of one group of people, raga matches had been organized in this country. This procedure was taken forward with state sponsorship. The entire rights of telecasting raga matches was assigned to the CSN channel. State institutions provided sponsorship through providing trade advertisements as well. Veterans of the field of sports say that a formal investigation should be carried out into the advertising on the CSN channel. All telecasts of matches with high commercial value was removed from the national television channel, and there were many instances when the opportunities were assigned to the CSN channel. This does not end here, and the telecast of national sports was also removed from the national television channel, and sans many call for tenders by the Ministry of Sports, information has been revealed that telecast was signed to the CSN channel. It is said that the CSN channel has received money through two methods. They are through advertisements obtained from state institutions when telecasting sports events, and by obtaining money issued by the Ministry for telecasting rights. The opinion of many is that all of this was done using government power by the CSN channel led by Yoshita Rajapaksa to obtain lump sums of money. Telecasting of the National Sports Festival in the year 2014 had been assigned to this channel, and it is said that a number of irregularities have taken place. According to sports critics, all of these facts confirm the fact that not only the launch of the CSN channel, but through the maintenance of it, sports as well as state property has been destroyed.
The event of merit commemorating the 3 months remembrance of Venerable Maduluave Sobhita Thera, who passed away, was held today at the Kotte Sri Nagaviharaya. The service provided by Sobhita Thera to the nation, the race and the Buddha Sasana as a member of the Buddhist clergy was immense. The late Venerable Maduluave Sobhita Thera was a bhikkhu dedicated to creating a just society. Due to the broad understanding within this Thera regarding the Sri Lankan society, he possessed a multiple vision of taking society in the correct direction. Sobhita Thera, who was renowned for his Dhamma discourses, lived at the Sri Nagavihara in Kotte since the year 1954 and provided incomparable service to the Sasana and society. The Thera was ready to sacrifice his life on behalf of the people and the country every time Sri Lankans as a race had to face challenges. Sobhita Thera also carried out a very special mission to rescue the youth generation of this country from the hazards of drugs. It was a Thera who was a pioneer in acting to introduce a new electoral system and to abolish the system of executive presidency. It was Sobhita Thera who took the initiative in creating the present government of good governance through the People's Campaign for a Just Society. Thousands of people came to pay their last respects to the Thera to show their gratitude for his very special, incomparable service to society and the Sasana. An almsgiving was organized for 100 bhikkhus at the Sri Naga Vihara on behalf of the 3 months commemoration of the demise of Sobhita Thera. Among the Sangha who were present was Mahanayaka of the Askiriya chapter, the Most Venerable Galagama Sri Attadasi Thera, Anunayaka of the Malvatta chapter, Venerable Niyangoda Vijayathasiri, Mahanayaka of the Amarpura sect, the Most Venerable Dauldira Jnanisara Thera, Venerable Dr. Ittaipane Dhammalankara Thera. A group of people's representatives, including Speaker Karu Jayasurya, participated at this event.
President's Counsel M.M. Zuhair says that certain factions of the former government were trying to destroy the unity and the peace among various ethnic communities in the country. Former High Commissioner to the Republic of Iran was a member of the parliament during the People's Alliance government. He made these remarks while delivering the keynote address at the annual General Meeting of United Muslim Ummah.
Post 2009, we saw elements trying to raise this ugly head of ethnic conflict once again in this country. Unfortunately, certain powerful people in the former government, I'm not referring to all, some sections supported that. It was very unfortunate. Following the end of the war, if the then government had gone in the field of uniting the people under one Sri Lankan identity, bringing all the communities together, we would not have had the problem that we saw in Alugama. The people of this country defeated on the 8th of January last year, thanks to the leadership given by 2 Buddhist monks, Venerable Sobhita Thera and Venerable Aturaliya Thera.
The commander of the Sri Lanka Navy, Vice Admiral Ravindra Vijayagunaratne, is representing Sri Lanka at the International Fleet Review 2016. It is being held in India from 4th to the 8th of February 2016. A 275-member Sri Lankan delegation led by Vice Admiral Vijayagunaratne and Sri Lanka Navy's flagship SLNS Saira are taking part in the second IFR. It has been organized by the Indian Navy and hosted by the Eastern Naval Command in the Bay of Bengal of Andhra Pradesh. Over 24 foreign naval chiefs attending the mega event being conducted at Visakhapatnam. Vessels from more than 50 nations, including China, Britain and France, are participating in this event. International Fleet Review 2016 is an international military exercise hosted and conducted by the Indian Navy on behalf of the President of India.
The government of South Korea is willing to extend fully pledged support to promote the fisheries industry in Sri Lanka, according to the State Minister of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development, Dilip Vedarachchi. At a media briefing held last Friday, the State Minister disclosed that 2 Korean companies have agreed to set up fishing harbours and maintain them for 5 years. He also said that Korea has offered 2 scholarships for postgraduate degrees for Sri Lankans. Another project will commence in March to construct 2 training centres in Sri Lanka to train fishermen who will be employed in Korea. According to the minister, Korean assistance will be provided to commence a project to export seaweeds as well.
Marina Alexejczyk, the winner of 2014 Mrs. World Beauty pageant, has arrived in Sri Lanka. She was warmly welcomed at the Bandaranaike International Airport today. Marina Alexejczyk, a beautiful lady from Belarus, was crowned Mrs. World 2014 at the 18th edition of the Mrs. World pageant, which was held in November 2014 in Solomon Islands, USA, with Kaylee Sparling from the United States crowned her successor. 35 contestants competed for the crown. The purpose of her visit is to attend the finals of Mrs. Sri Lanka for Mrs. World, which is to be held on February 12 in Colombo. The winner of Mrs. Sri Lanka for Mrs. World 2016 will be crowned by Mrs. Alphys.
Hello, Sri Lanka. I'm so happy to be here, and for me it is an honor to be here, and thank you so much for your invitation. It's for me a big pleasure, and I'm very glad what I hear. Thank you so much.
We now move on to our segment, Asia in a Minute. The death toll from a powerful earthquake that struck southern Taiwan reached 23, the fire agency said. The collapse of the Weiguan building, the most severely damaged building in the quake, killed 21, including 6 children. Japan's Nikkei falls on yen currency worries, while Seoul, Hong Kong and Shanghai stocks are subdued as investors wait for the closely watched US jobs report. Cambodians of Chinese descent buy auspicious plants and decorate shops to celebrate the Lunar New Year. The world's only surviving set of giant panda triplets will celebrate the coming Chinese Spring Festival in Guangzhou, South China's Guangdong province. A high-speed ferry was immobilized yesterday after running into what appeared to be a whale in waters off Tokyo. We'll be back with more local stories after a break.
Covering the truth.
A woman died due to an earth slip which occurred in Gorakhpur in Ratnapura. She lost her life when a mound of earth fell on her. The earth slip took place as a result of the heavy rains being experienced in the area. Heavy rains were experienced in the area this evening, bringing to an end the dry weather which existed for approximately a month. During the rains, a mound of earth above the house had fallen onto it. A 73-year-old woman lost her life in the incident. She had been subject to this accident when she was in the kitchen. Her husband, Nelson Vijayasuri, received serious injuries and was admitted to the Ratnapura hospital. It is reported that the earth slip occurred at about 6 this evening.
Minister of Rural Economy P. Harrison says that the extra stocks of paddy remaining in government warehouses will be converted to rice and given to some of the beneficiaries as a bonus. The minister said that a cabinet paper will be presented next week in order to obtain approval for this endeavour. There are stocks amounting to 1 million metric tons of extra stocks of paddy in state warehouses. The minister said that another reason for this situation is that the government purchased a large amount from farmers during the past Yala and Maha seasons. Another reason is that a record harvest of paddy had been achieved during the past season. Since the warehouses have to be emptied in order to purchase paddy harvest from farmers in the forthcoming season, the minister said the decision to provide rice to some of the beneficiaries was taken. Some of the beneficiaries who received an allowance of 3,000 rupees will be given 10 kilograms of rice, while some of the beneficiary who receives 2 to 3,000 rupees allowance will be given 5 kilos of rice. Some of the beneficiaries who receive less than 2,000 rupees will, it has been decided, receive 2 kilograms of rice. This program is being implemented by cooperative societies under the supervision of the government agents of the area.
Obtaining of views from the people of the districts of Gaul, Kagala and Kilinochchi regarding the new constitution is due to commence tomorrow. Views from the public regarding the new constitution is to be obtained at district secretaries' offices in the districts of Gaul, Kagala and Kilinochchi from 9:30 in the morning to 4:30 p.m. Views of the people were obtained in the Colombo district from the 18th of January to the 24th. Obtaining of views from people in other districts commenced on the 1st of February. Chairman Lal Vijay Naikar of the Committee for Obtaining Views from the People on Preparing a New Constitution has been completed accordingly in several districts. Anyone without any differences, including political parties, various organizations, workers, farmers, students, can visit the district secretariat offices in Gaul, Kagala and Kilinochchi and provide their opinions tomorrow and day after on the new constitution. The Mahabaghe police has succeeded in identifying through CCTV clips 2 suspects who robbed a sum of 750,000 rupees and fled. The robbery took place in Mahabaghe, Vattala. The money, a sum of 750,000 rupees, was being taken to the home of an owner of a sales outlet by an employee of the outlet at the Mahabaghe Economic Centre when it was robbed. 2 persons who had arrived on a motorbike from behind the sales outlet employee had snatched the money, and this was recorded on CCTV video clips. The Mahabaghe police, who conducted investigations based on these video clips, took into custody the motorbike and the 2 suspects. They were submitted to the magistrates' court in Vattala and remanded until the 15th of this month.
The flagship of Holland America line, MS Rotterdam, is scheduled to call at the port of Hambantota today. This was stated by the Sri Lanka Ports Authority. The largest passenger cruise liner, carrying 1,176 persons and a crew of 600 on board, was due to dock at the Hambantota port on its way from Cochin port in India. The ship will depart at 10 tonight to Yangon, Myanmar. The 238-meter-long luxury cruise ship from the Netherlands is the largest cruise ship to call at the Hambantota port. Minister of Ports and Shipping Arjun Rathunga says that so far 13 luxury ships had called at the Hambantota port. Moving to foreign news.
And on foreign news, North Korea has fired a long-range rocket which critics say is a test of banned missile technology. A state TV announcer said that North Korea has successfully placed a satellite in orbit. The launch was condemned by Japan, South Korea and the US, who have requested an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council later today. South Korea says it is to begin discussing with the US the deployment of a missile defense system. Senior defense officials said if the third missile system, considered one of the most advanced in the world, were deployed, it would be only to counter the threat from the north. In a statement, the North Korean National Aerospace Development Administration said Earth observation satellite Kwangmyong-song-4 had entered orbit about 10 minutes after liftoff from the Sohae Space Center in North Pyongan province. Announcing the launch on state TV, a newsreader said it had been ordered by North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un and said the country planned to launch more satellites in the future.
Some international news in brief. Senator Marco Rubio was attacked by several Republican rivals for the party's nomination to run for the White House in a fractious, steamy debate. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie tore into Mr. Rubio, a rising force in the polls as inexperienced and scripted. The Florida senator, also served by Donald Trump and Jeb Bush, fought back by attacking President Barack Obama. The debate in New Hampshire comes 4 days before the state picks its presidential nominee in each party. More than 3,100 pregnant Colombian women are infected with the mosquito-borne Zika virus, President Juan Manuel Santos said yesterday. As the disease continues its rapid spread across the Americas, the virus has been linked to the devastating birth defect microcephaly, which prevents fetus brains from developing properly. There are between 80,000 and 100,000 current Zika infections in Colombia.
We now move on to our segment, Movie Cafe.
Fight this.
You're right. Cancer's only in my liver, lungs, prostate, and brain. All things I can live without.
Deadpool is an upcoming American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics character of the same name. It is intended to be the 8th installment in the X-Men film series. The film is directed by Tim Miller with a screenplay by Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick and stars Ryan Reynolds, Morena Baccarin, Ed Skrein, T.J. Miller, Gina Carano, Brianna Hildebrand, Stefan Kapsik and Leslie Uggams. Deadpool is scheduled for release on the 12th of February in North America. Rambo is an upcoming Indian Tamil language thriller film presented by Susendiran, written and directed by Ramesh Subramaniam. The film features Shri, Harish Kalyan, Samskruti Shenoy, Shushti Dange and Chandini Thamilarasan in the leading roles, while Harish Uttaman plays a pivotal supporting role.
Where are you going? I'm going home.
How to Be Single is an upcoming American romantic comedy film directed by Christian Ditter and written by Abby Cohen and Mark Silverstein, based on the novel of the same name by Liz Tuccillo. Starring Dakota Johnson, Rebel Wilson, Alison Brie and Leslie Mann, the film is scheduled for a February 12 release by Warner Brothers Pictures, New Line Cinema and Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Fitur, which means passion, obsession, is an upcoming Indian romantic drama film directed by Abhishek Kapoor and produced by Siddharth Roy Kapoor and is based on Charles Dickens' novel Great Expectations. The film features Aditya Roy Kapoor, Katrina Kaif and Tabu in leading roles. The film is scheduled for release on the 12th of February.
It's quite an outrageous song that we're trying to shoot over here.
It's a song that represents the feel of the film.
Welcome back. We're into sports news. The Sri Lankan Under-19 World Cup cricket team qualified today for the semi-finals. That was by achieving a 6-wicket victory against England. The match was played at the Sri Bangla National Stadium in Bangladesh. Batting first, the England team scored 184 runs in 49.2 overs. Callum Taylor scored 42. Vanidhu Hasaranga took 3 wickets for 34 runs. Sri Lankan batsmen who took the field in pursuit of a target of 185 for victory recorded victory by scoring 186 runs in 35.4 overs. Avishka Fernando was outstanding on behalf of Sri Lanka and scored 95 runs with 11 fours and 6 in 96 balls. Captain Charit Asalanka scored 34. Dan Lawrence, Mason Crane and Saqib Mahmood took 1 wicket each for England. Avishka Fernando was named the man of the match. The victorious Sri Lankan cricket team is due to meet India on the 9th in the semi-finals.
Here's good news once again in terms of sports for Sri Lanka. Today is the 3rd day of the 12th South Asian Athletic Games, and as of today, Sri Lanka is in 2nd place in the medals table. Sri Lanka won its first gold medal today in the 60-kilometer criterium cycling event. Jivan Manjula Jayasinghe recorded victory in this event. Sudharika Priyadarshini won the silver medal in the 40-kilometer women's criterium cycling event. Chintana Geeta Vidanage, Chaturanga Disanayaka and Vinodini Dharmasena won silver medals in the weightlifting events held today. Sri Lanka also won 5 medals in swimming events today. Thimika Raheen won the gold medal in the 200-meter backstroke women's event with a timing of 2 minutes 18.9 seconds. It was of special significance that a South Asian record was set.
It's a great feeling. This is my first medal at an international meet, so this is yeah, it's great.
Matthew Abhay-Singha won his 4th gold medal at these games today. The gold medal was in the 50-meter freestyle swimming event. He recorded a time of 23.33 seconds. It was of significance that he established a new Asia record in this event. In other swimming events held today, Kavindra Nugavela won a silver medal while Utpala De Silva and Kiran Jayasinghe succeeded in winning bronze medals.
The Met Department says that showers will occur at several places in the eastern, Ur and north-central provinces. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the western, Sabaragamulla, north, central and central provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts after 2 p.m. With that, we conclude our night's news bulletin. Together with Sharifa, we shall bring